Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Navkar Corporation Limited Q4 and FY23 earnings conference call hosted by PhillipCapital India Private Limited. This conference call may contain forward-looking statements about the company which are based on the beliefs, opinions and expectations of the company as on date of this call. These statements are not the guarantees of future performance and involve risks and uncertainties that are difficult to predict. As a reminder, all participants' lines will be in a listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note this conference call is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Vikram Suryavanshi from PhillipCapital India Private Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Vikram. Good afternoon and very warm welcome to everyone. Thank you for being on the call of Navkar Corporation Limited. From the management, we are happy to have with us here today Mr. Anish Maheshwari, Chief Financial Officer, and Deepa Gehani, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer. Before we start with the question and answer session, we'll have opening comments from the management. Now I hand over call to Mr. Anish Maheshwari, CFO of Navkar Corporation. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Vikram. Good afternoon and very warm welcome to everyone present on the call. I'd like to give the insight on result of the current quarter after the change involved in the financials of the company. Here I am highlighting the detail about the continuous operations of the company after discontinued operation of Swapi. Company to the total revenue figure of this quarter, the same is 106.41 crores for this quarter as compared to 102.74 crores last quarter. On these revenue figures, the profit after tax of company in this quarter stands at 6.65 crores in comparison to 23.26 crores in last one. Out of that 23.26 crores or 19 crores was from the sale of assets. So normal profit is around 4 crores. Compared to that, this is 6.65 crores. And coming to the profit tax, the same of 9.96 crores as compared to 2.55 crores in previous quarter. When we like to discuss the elements of revenue of the company during the quarter are as follows. In case of CFS Mumbai, volume of exports container handled stands at 28,169 TEUs from 25,639 TEUs on QOQ basis, which is raised by 10%, and from 29,084 TEUs on YOY basis, which is same is now down to 3%. And the volume of import containers handled raised by 2% from 29,869 TEUs to 30,470 TEUs on QOQ basis, and from 30,430 TEUs on YOY basis. This is slightly rise by 0.13%. Coming to the actual turnover of CFS PFT, the same is down by 2% from 65.45 crores to 64.20 crores. And about the domestic turnover for this quarter is 22.76 crores. In case of CFS PFT, the number of trains handled is 233 in this quarter comparing to 193 in last one. In case of CFS PFT, which is discontinued operations, we have only domestic turnover from this quarter onwards as the basis was not transferred into some sale. The domestic turnover of ICD PFT in this quarter stands at 12.34 crores compared to 13.1 crores in last quarter, which is marginally declined. In case of ICD Manaba, volume of export container handle stands at 251 TEUs, whereas import container handle stands at 6 TEUs. Coming to the aggregate turnover of ICD Manaba is 0.45 crores, whereas domestic turnover is 2.212 crores. Now coming on the profit figures for quarter 4. Operating profit of the company continuous business for the quarter stands at 36.49 crores as compared to 34.36 crores. But when we compare the same with turnover, the operating margins for current quarter is 35.24% in comparison of 34.58% in last quarter. And the operating profits are slightly increased. The profit before tax from continuing operations stand at 99.96 crores as compared to 2.55 crores on a QOQ basis. The impact on profit is due to following factors. The employee cost of business and reduced by 2.38 crores due to the discontinued operation of Kum unit. The finance cost have declined by 2.2 crores in this quarter in comparison to last quarter 5.86 crores to 3.66 crores. This 3.66% appears because of the notional impact of India and the unsecured loan and preference share. And lastly, with the prepayment penalty to the loans which was availed by the company. EBITDA margin has increased by 17.62 crores from 12.44 crores. The same belongs to increase in revenue and decline in employee cost and the administrative expenses. Now I would like to open the floor for Q&A session.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. To ask a question, please press star and 1 on your touchtone phone now. Take our first question from the line of Kaustubh from BMSPL Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Hi, Kaustubh.
Hi. Yeah, so I'm fairly new to the company, so just forgive me if I'm repeating some stuff from past calls. But basically, wanted to understand, you all recently sold ICD and got money and paid off debt with that, and a new ICD is becoming operational soon. Is that or it has already commenced? Is that the correct understanding?
Yes, you are having a correct understanding.
Okay, so could you speak a little bit about why about this new ICD which has commenced? What type of numbers can we see from this ICD, given the current base that we are at already, and basically how do we see FY24 numbers shaping up in terms of growth and profitability from here on?
So I just give the perspective. Earlier we have ICD at TUM. In totality, company was having 1,000 crore plus turnover, and last year we just discontinued till September, I think so. Half year of the operations over there at the ICD TUM, and which we sold out to the Adani at the price of 835 crores, out of which we got almost 785 crores from the Adani, and we reduced our debt. The company is having almost 8 to 10 crores FDR right now with the company. With that surplus money which we got last year from that deal, we just infused further money to the Morbi operations. We just wanted to be commenced. In Morbi, as we told, Morbi started in March end. In this quarter, we had already crossed almost around 250 containers volume. From here onwards, there are a process. There are two different processes which will have to be continue over there with any of the ICD. One is EXIM operation, second is domestic. In EXIMs, we had already been started all the operations toward exports. For imports, we'll have to take the code with all the shipping lines. And almost around 70-75% shipping lines generated their code for ICD, new ICD Morbi. Once that code will be generated to them all across globe, then they will start doing business with us, because they need some kind of ICD code for booking from their own destination. So that has already been done. Around 70-75% shipping line closed that all code generation thing. So we are expecting from this quarter onwards, import will gradually improve, which was only 6 containers which we handled in last quarter. So from here onwards, I think so around 20-25% growth quarter on quarter on Morbi side. So we are targeting from first year around revenue of 15-20 crores from Morbi, which was already told in our past quarters also. Secondly, we are more focused towards the domestic operations of Morbi, because Morbi is a tile hub, and from there across India and exports of tile majorly going from the Morbi. So we are now exploring some more options for domestic market, as we are going steel from Mumbai, from Vapi, Gujarat, and at the same time we just wanted to be looking at that Morbi also. Second commodity which we are focusing is tile. Third commodity which we are focusing is cement. So for that we are continuously trying to make some special containers for cement, which was told in last quarter call also. And slightly I can say that we got success in converting that operations into the cement bulk cargo volumes as well as the steel. Same time, Morbi we are more focusing towards the tiles for exports. Now we are coming up with the new imports once the codes will be started using by the shipping lines. So from here onwards, I can say Mumbai operations will be having improvement around 5 to 10% in domestic as well as EXIM. Morbi, This year we are targeting 15 to 20 crores revenue. And year on year, second year, third year, we are targeting more than 25 to 30% growth. So new growth, if you ask me frankly, will be coming from the Morbi operations as well as domestic operations.
Okay, one more point. I mean, what led to this debt build-up over the last few years? And given that, this had happened, how do we look at debt over the next 2-3 years? Do we expect this to build up again, or how do you look at that whole debt component?
So basically, right now we are not having such plan for making more debt in the company, and the idea behind that was just to reduce the interest cost. If you see last quarter onwards, and from this quarter onwards, there will be zero interest cost probably. And the objective behind that was because we have the facility over there in Mumbai, and the debt was around 750 crores all across secured and unsecured loan on the book of company, which we reduced. And that entire debt was taken for the expansion over here in Mumbai, and secondly for Vapi. In past few years, if you see the CFS ICD industry was getting hit due to the DPD volumes. Direct food delivery was the concern for all across industry. And when we make all our business houses here in Mumbai, we expand vertically with the IPO money, and we started over there ICD at Vapi. And our main core focus was the cross-selling from Mumbai as well as Vapi. And at the same time, we just wanted to be cater the domestic market. But due to DPD, year on year, our volume towards Mumbai was getting gradually down. So we just take the decision, why don't we come up with a new idea, with new facility or with new geography. And in that case, Morbi, we looked at, it will be catering Mundra, Pipavav and Mumbai, all the three ports. So that was the main idea. And Vapi, we just got the opportunity from Adani, and they were looking for the ICD over there in that region. And we got a fair value from them. That's why we just took the decision.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Participants who wishes to ask a question at this time, press star and 1 on your touchtone phone now. We take a next question from the line of Ganesh Shetty, an investor. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, you are, sir.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Sir, last phone call I had a long discussion with you regarding dividend distribution to the investor. And you have promised that this quarter of this year we may have some dividend payout for the investor.
I just wanted to be correct here. I will never be promised to anyone, and we are not doing any kind of false promise to anyone for the dividend. We are promising on our business side. That is definitely be there. Secondly, as our Morbi business is in a gradually going on upward side, where we just wanted to make sure that if today I'm going to give any kind of a dividend or any kind of things to the just to sake of giving you happiness, and tomorrow I'll take again loan for my new facility, that will again impact the balance sheet of company itself. So we are into the discussion till last quarter also. We are now also in a discussion for giving any kind of making publications from the company side. Management also looking for the same. If you see last quarter, management did some flipping also. They just take adding their holding in the company. So they have their own interest towards the company, and they know this is not the fair value of company. That's why they are also promising towards the market. And secondly, dividend, as I told you in last quarter also, before when we did the deal of Adani, at that time also we were having the same thought with the things. Once the Morbi operations gradually increase, and we got the understanding towards no further loan required to the company, no further expansion we need, then also we definitely come to the market, and we are still hoping that, and management also thinking on the same, how they can make sure that to add the value for shareholders.
Yeah. Sir, after the sale of facilities to Adani, hello?
Yes,
sir. After sale of the facilities to Adani, and after having so much of business reorganization and pain we have taken, still, the market is not actually realizing our efforts, and there is no investor wealth creation on behalf of the company. So any further step like meeting investors, long-term investors, or institutional investors or in any other efforts, you're taking to increase shareholder value so that at least for the long-term shareholders who are in the company since IPO will not be affected and they will get fair value for their investment. And in other words, as promoter holding is nearing to 70% in this company, so they will also have that reward indirectly. So any thought on this, sir? Because this is
really about it. We did IPO in 2015, and then we just having a second round in 2017. Where almost you will see the business and industry of CFS and ICD was having a pain continuously since last 5 or 6 years. Meanwhile, if you see the numbers of Navkar, last quarter comparative to this quarter, the cost reduction has already been there. Now onwards, if the interest cost from next quarter onwards will be getting very minimal, then the profit it will be getting improved. Correct? So if you see comparison between last quarter to this quarter, on an operating level, there is a 1.5% improvement. And if you see the EBITDA level is around 5% improvement. Correct? So Mother also would like to see the growth, gradual numbers from the Morbi. From here onwards, there is no further cost for the company. From here onwards, there is a reduction of cost and profitability will be getting improved. Secondly, as you told that going to the market and talk to the big investors and all. So we definitely, last year we were not going to the market due to the COVID situation, the industry was not doing good. And if we will go to the market and tell again the same story, nobody will buy my story. Correct? So we just wanted to be more focused towards the profitability, improving profitability. Once the profitability will getting improved, then everybody would like to see the company. Now, from the last quarter onwards, when we did the deal of Adani, there is an interest from some good investors. But we are just don't want to give any kind of a number to them, and they just wanted to be there, take a step back. Because in past, what happened? Some things which were not in our hand, like BPD, there were COVID situations. So in the last 5-6 years, there was a very bad scenario for the entire segment of this industry. So we now just more focusing on our profitability improvement. Once the profitability will be improving next couple of quarters, then definitely going to meet with some further investor and going to meet with some HNI to explore further thoughts to create valuation for our shareholders. As promoters himself is having a 70% stake in the company, they will also be having the same interest.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot, and I hope that company will have better communication in the industry.
I can just tell you one more thing, and I would like to hear. Gradually from here onwards, there is no further losing space for the company. If you see last quarter number, this quarter number standalone, without the Vapi operations, Morbi will value add for the company. One good thing for our company is that if today I have a loan for Morbi entity, I'll have to pay almost 15 to 20 crores interest for next year. That was also the burden for the company, right? So that will be value add for the company, and there is only the administrative cost. There may be operating loss for some time because the business improvement will be gradually take time. Otherwise, there is no further cost for the company because this industry itself is having around 60% is the operating or the variable cost. So maximum 35 to 40% is fixed cost. So which will be getting by the company by the current operations. In spite of the fact there is no revenue since last quarter at Morbi, till company is in a profitability. If there is a cost of interest, we were having a losses over there on the company. So this is very positive side for the company. From now onwards, there may be a gradually incremental profit will be generated by the company. There is no further losing from the company. So next couple of quarters, maybe take 4 or 5 quarters more. But after that, we will see the real value of the company where we get the profitability higher than today's margins quarter on quarter.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot and all the best. That's all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on your touchtone phone now. We take a next question from the line of Aman Vishwakarma from Robo Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello. Thank you for taking my question. Yeah. So my question is with regards to your capex. So what sort of capex are we looking at for the next 2 years?
So basically, capex side, we are looking further cash flow, which will be allowed to the company. Then we'll be thinking on the capex. Right now, whatever capex we need, we have already been done. Morbi is already done. There may be some, OPEX kind of a capex for the operating situations of the yard. It might be 1% of our entire capex done in past on a block. So there is no further capex we are looking at. Is there anything required which will be using from the cash flow itself? There is no that component will be there on further capex.
Okay, and what sort of tax rates are we looking for in 24?
So we are under MAT around 20%.
Okay, 20. Okay, fair. And just one last one would be what sort of depreciation and interest are we looking for the next year?
So interest, I can say that interest cost will be very minimal. Yearly, it was earlier around, if you see actual number since 2021, interest cost was around 20-25 crores per year. It is now, till last quarter, it will be around 12 crores for entire year. From this quarter onwards, it might be below 1 crores.
Okay, fair. And what about depreciation?
Depreciation will remain same because our asset which we sold to the Adani, major component of the land and land, there was no depreciation. Depreciation will remain same because Morbi is commenced.
Okay, fair. And just one last one. So what are the revenues that we are looking at from Morbi itself? Because let's say if you were to, operate at an optimal capacity and then, proper this thing, full-fledged operation, what sort of revenues are we looking at?
So in past, if in my experience, first year of operations at Vapi was around 17-18 crores revenue. Second year, it was jumped to 100 crores. Third, fourth year, it was almost in a range of 300-400 crores. So what happens, once your all code generation done, once all operations done, your local ability to moving cargo, your local availability to moving the service providing assessment, then once everything will be getting done, it will take around 4 to 6 quarters time. Once everything done, things will be on a clarity side, then the operations will be improved. It's like that. If tomorrow Reliance would like to do business with me, he will not giving me entire operations to me, he might be giving me 10%. Once he will be satisfied with the 10%, then gradually he will be converted to 30, 40, 50%. This is the case for all across the industry. There are 2,000 customers which we have made in past 2 years before we are commencing operations over there. At the same time, when we started Vapi also, we were having assessment around 2,000 customers in a period of 1.5 years. Gradually, we added 350 customers in the first year. Second year, we almost got around 700, 800 customers. And repetition of the business is almost around 50%, 60% business houses were giving the business. एक peak time ऐसा आ जाता है when we got 100% business from the certain companies. Like, I will give a good example. In Vapi, we were having 100% business from Classic Marbles. We were having 100% business from Hindustan. So there were so many companies. Initially we were giving only 10% business. When before giving that entity to the Adani, they were having 100% business in the last 3 years. So this is the path which we have to follow for Morbi also. First year might be having a revenue of 15 to 20 crores. Second year it will be, I am, on the call I can say that it might be having a 25%, 30% growth, but it will be more than that.
Okay, fair. But still, like, what is the highest potential revenue that you can make from Morbi?
So Morbi, it may be having the same potential like Vapi. Vapi was having around 500 crores value, 500 crores value company on the revenue side last year. So Morbi is having the same capability. Morbi is a tile hub. Vapi was having a very saturated market where there were so many industries which was on a seasonal basis. But Morbi is having a 100% yearly business of tiles.
Okay, got it. So that's all from my end, and all the best for your, this.
I just wanted to add one more thing. We are looking for the domestic operations over there at Morbi as well as Bombay. If there are a container which will be having a cross-selling kind of a commodity like steel, fly ash, cement, tile. Because for tile, you need fly ash and salt rock and all. So if there is a availability of cargo for raw material of tile, that also we are looking for.
Okay, got it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anyone who wishes to ask a question, please press star followed by 1 on your touchtone phone now. Take a next question from the line of Vikram Suryavanshi from Phillip Capital. Please go ahead.
Sir, can you repeat what was import container volume at JNPT?
JNPT CFS you are asking about?
Right, sir.
So JNPT we did imports 30,470 containers, which was last quarter 29,869. Because we had 30,470.
470.
Yes.
Okay, okay, yeah, because in the presentation the last digits are not visible, so that's why.
Okay.
Okay, and because see, if you look at on QOQ basis, we have seen improvement at JNPT exim volume, but in revenue side we have not seen improvement. So are we seeing pressure on CFS in terms of realization as well as EBITDA at JNPT, or how is the outlook there?
So Vikram, once the Morbi will fully operational, then definitely cross-sales business for Mumbai CFS will be gradually increased. If you see in past also, when the Vapi will started, when the Mumbai operations was, once the DPD came, people were having a thought that Mumbai operations, CFS operations will be getting very less than the continued, and it was discontinued level of around 70%. But once the Vapi commenced, and it was gradually again come to the same numbers. It was almost 50 to 60%. The same side, we are looking at the CFS also. As CFS was always be a core revenue generation center for the Navkar. It was another basic, correct? So, if you see, we were having a high hope over there at a CFS. Whenever we'll do any new business in any other location, first center will be Mumbai only, CFS only, because the other station for the goods train we were having in Mumbai. So from here onwards, we go to the south, east, or north. Everywhere we can go. So this is the situation we are looking at the CFS also. And one more thing which we added in call in a commentary also, we were looking at a cement as well as a steel commodity for our further expansion. For that, we are already taking approval of special containers, which was taking place last quarter. So gradually that business also will be add value for the CFS also. More focus towards the railway operations. So last quarter also you can see we handled almost 233 trains. Before last quarter was 193.
Correct.
So this is almost 25% improvement, 20% improvement.
So the cement movement will be with flexi bag, which will put inside the container and all that, bulk cement movement basically.
Yes. So we have a specialized container for the cement movement, and trial had already been taken place. It was successfully done for the company. I won't disclose now the company's name because we are on a trial basis. Once all trials will be getting completed, then we'll be getting 100% volume from them. Because what happens when the cement on a new basis will take, there may be a 200 tons or 200 kg losses on every movement, correct? That was already been discussed on past calls, correct? Once with the specialized container, I can say that the preference is very less.
Got it. And Morbi cargo, will it be split with Adani because Mundra port is also close by? So how that basically will that cargo come to JNPT or will prefer to go to Adani or CP Power?
So I can say that it is all depends on the operational side, how you are giving the price, and we are very competitive to compared to others. I am not taking the name of any of the industry or any of the port, but there are cargo movement because what happens in that entire region there is no ICD in 100%, correct? So whoever is having a cargo movement earlier also, they will have to be take empty container from the port, they will have to be take place in their factory, then they will have to be moved towards there. So gradually once I will be having an exim mix balance, then they will get the benefit of actual cost.
Okay.
Which was earlier case of Vapi also, at the same time CFS also. Why we were having the top and CFS center in Mumbai? Because our exim volume was 50-50 as always.
Right.
It will always be a core target for us also. So once everything will be, if somebody is having export, correct, and he gets the cargo or he gets the container from the near location, that cost will be benefit to him. That's why we are getting volume very fast in Vapi, very fast in Mumbai. At the same time, Morbi also will be the same thing. Because today what happens, if somebody would like to move their cargo from any kind of a domestic region or from the port, they'll have to be take containers from their own destination, either the port or from the empty yard, correct? If the empty container will be available at my place, he will have to be take their cargo to my place. He will have to be, cargo will be put into the container and then we'll do export from our device itself, from the Morbi or from the JNPT, anywhere. For me, there is no such difference for the rail operations. For party, there may be a cost-effective model, which was earlier case in Vapi also. So the same thing we will going to repeat over there.
Okay, got it. And in this presentation, we have seen that revenue from Udna for AGM and domestic. So what are actually these operational? If you can just explain a bit, because I was aware of Morbi and Mumbai.
Udana is basically domestic operation. Earlier it was Vapi, it was domestic operations will be powered with us. It was not being shifted to the Adani, and it was earlier discussed also. So slum sale, we just only giving the AGM operations of the Vapi unit. Domestic, which was earlier with also with us, and now also we are doing the domestic operations from.
Okay, but that I think was around 13 crore in last quarter, but which has come down to now they are I think around 12 crore. Okay, so that probably on quarterly basis.
It will remain same for next quarter also. In the same way.
Okay. But is it attractive in terms of margin profile and profitability?
I can say that on a pure basis for the operation, it is almost giving me a 20-22% revenue.
Okay. Yeah, that was from my side. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone phone now. We take a next question from the line of Ravi Kumar Bucha, an investor. Please go ahead.
Mr. Mansari, good afternoon. I'm a analyst in your company. I would like to ask the whole purpose of selling the ICD TUM was to get you debt free. But as of 31st March 2023, on one side we are seeing cash at bank at 93 crores and we have an unsecured loan of 41 crores. What is the whole logic of keeping this unsecured loan? And I would also like to ask you, what is the interest rate you are paying on this unsecured loan and what is the interest rate you are getting from the bank deposit?
Sir, your voice is not audible actually. It's vocal actually.
One second.
So please use the handset.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So my question is, the whole logic of selling the TUM ICD was to get yourself debt free, right?
Yes.
And but as on 31st March 2023, we are seeing a unsecured loan of about 40 crores, and at the same time you are having cash at bank at 93 crores.
So basically what happened, sir, there is a limitation of repayment of promoter loans, and unsecured loan was taken by the promoter himself. So there may be a rationale of 10% of total revenue. So in first year there was a loan of total loan from promoter was almost in the range of around 120 crores, and after that we paid 80 crores in first year.
But at the same time, the loan which is bearing 40 crores will be much higher than what you are keeping it at the bank. So does it make sense?
So practically we can't do that payment, na, sir. There is a restrictions.
All right.
There is restrictions from the guidelines.
Also, can you give me the run rate for Morbi for the month of April?
10% in a year.
Okay. मेरे को एक चीज और पूछना है, मोरबी का जो सेल्स रेवेन्यू है फॉर द मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल एंड मे, बिकॉज वी आर हेडिंग ऑन 30th May, कैन यू जस्ट एनलाइटन ऑन व्हाट रेवेन्यूज हैव यू डन approximately in the month of April and May? Because till March it has been very disappointing. It's only 3 crores of turnover what you have increased since quarter on quarter.
The commencement of operations was started in January. First quarter was that, correct? In which we won't get the customs license also. We got all the PFT license and everything is in place in March itself, correct? I can say that first month, if you see, was very nice with the limitation. This quarter, we reached around 2.5 crore revenue, correct? And quarter on quarter, gradually it is getting improved. There is a process involved. Once you will get the notification from customs, then you will have to take the code from customs, and which was already been generated, correct? Then you will have to go to the shipping line. That entire exercise we did in in past also, and we were already being told to all the shipping lines we are coming with the new ICD. But till the time if you are not having the generated code from the customs, you can't give them and go and tell them without code you can start business with us. So there is a process. It's like that. आपको एक लेमन लैंग्वेज में अगर समझना है तो एक रेलवे स्टेशन हाँ अगर रेलवे स्टेशन अगर कोई बनता है करेक्ट सारा सिग्नलिंग सिस्टम हो गया सब कुछ हो गया बराबर है उसके बाद में ऑल ओवर इंडिया जब तक वो सारे रजिस्टर्ड स्टेशन पे उसका कोड जनरेट नहीं होगा ना सर, तब तक वो ट्रेन नहीं कर पाएगा। करेक्ट, क्योंकि अगर मान लो किसी एक सिग्नल ने फॉल्टी सिग्नल दे दिया और उसके बाद में वो ट्रेन वहाँ पे लूज हो गई, तो इट विल बी अ फॉल्ट फ्रॉम रेलवे। सो पॉइंट नंबर 1। पॉइंट नंबर 2, सेम देश में अगर किसी को इम्पोर्ट करना है मोरबी साइड में, करेक्ट, और वो कोड उसके पास में जनरेटेड नहीं है, तो जो दुबई या लंदन या किधर से भी कार्गो डालने वाला है वो क्या डालेगा? पोर्ट का नाम तो नहीं डालेगा ना, उसको आईसीडी का कोड डालना पड़ेगा। माई डेस्टिनेशन कोड विल बी दिस एंड माई आईसीडी विल बी दिस। करेक्ट, इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट जो नौकार आईसीडी डाल के भेज दिया वहां से। इट्स ए यूनिक कोड। आप अगर जैसे मान लो
अप्रूवल कस्टम से जनवरी 1 को आप बोले थे ऑपरेशनल चालू हो गया आपका, और आप बोल रहे हैं फरवरी मंथ में आपको सब।
दो अलग चीजें हैं। कस्टम्स ऑपरेशंस फॉर योर एक्सपोर्ट मूवमेंट फॉर डोमेस्टिक, दैट वाज ऑलरेडी बीन प्लेस। सेकंड आपका होता है पीएफटी, और थर्ड होता है कस्टम नोटिफिकेशन। ये सारा चीज इन प्लेस आने में 2 से 3 महीने का टाइम लगता है। वो सब अब कुछ हो चुका है। अब उसमें जैसे हम लोगों ने सारी शिपिंग लाइन को भेज दिया कि मेरा एक कोड है, जैसे कि अभी पनवेल स्टेशन है तो उसके लिए यू आर यूजिंग पीएनवीएल। करेक्ट, हमारा पनवेल का जो रेलवे स्टेशन हमारा खुद का नवकार का, उसके लिए हम लोग वी आर यूजिंग पीएनसीएस। करेक्ट, वैसे का वैसा मोरबी का भी हम लोगों का मीन वैसा ही कोड हम लोगों को देना पड़ता है। वंस इट इज ऑलरेडी बीन to place in all the shipping line, then they will put their code in their system। तो फिर उसको ऑनलाइन जिसको भी बुकिंग करना है वो कोड डालेगा तो सीधा आईसीडी मोड भी दिखाएगा।
समझ में?
हाँ, सो अब क्या होगा ना सर, वो ऑलरेडी सारी शिपिंग लाइन में 70% शिपिंग लाइन में हो गया है। तो इस क्वार्टर में मेरा 6 कंटेनर था, इट माइट बी रेंज ऑफ 600 कंटेनर नेक्स्ट में।
ओके,
तो इसमें कैसा होता है,
उसका जो रेवेन्यू स्टार्ट हुआ है इस क्वार्टर में रिफ्लेक्ट होना चालू होगा, मार्च क्वार्टर में नहीं हुआ था।
हाँ, वो इस क्वार्टर से ऑलरेडी चालू हो गया। और ये ग्रेजुअली सर देखो इसमें कैसा है सर, मैं अभी नंबर्स पे आपको कोई भी कमिटमेंट नहीं दे सकता, क्योंकि कल को मैं आपको
अप्रैल और मई तो 2 महीना आपका चला गया, तो आप अप्रैल और मई का तो एनलाइटन करिए, क्योंकि हम लोग तो रिटेल इन्वेस्टर है। आगे का क्या होने वाला आज हम लोग को नहीं पता चलेगा, तो अगला क्वार्टर भी हम लोग के लिए डिसअपॉइंटिंग रहेगा।
टेक्निकली मैं आपको इतना ही कह सकता हूँ, इन होल ईयर 15 करोड़ से 20 करोड़ का रेवेन्यू वी आर टारगेटिंग फर्स्ट ईयर। अगर वो जैसे एक क्वार्टर में हम लोगों ने 2.5 करोड़ किया है ना, तो हो सकता है वो ये क्वार्टर में 5 पहुंचे, अगले क्वार्टर में 7 पहुंचे, उसके अगले क्वार्टर में 10 पहुंचे। बट ये नंबर्स पे मैं अभी फोकस नहीं कर रहा हूँ, अभी फोकस कर रहा हूँ ऑपरेशन पे। क्योंकि कैसा है, खाली सिर्फ मैं अगर नंबर पे फोकस करके काम करने लग गया ना तो मेरा कॉस्टिंग ही मेरे को नहीं पूरेगा। ऐसा तो नहीं है ना सर कि आज मैं फूड की कॉस्ट लिए बिना, मेरे गाड़ी की कॉस्ट लिए बिना, खाली सिर्फ एक नंबर बढ़ाने के लिए बोल दूँ लोगों के आ जाओ मेरा CFS ICD चालू हो गया है, आप अगर किधर 25,000 दे रहे थे तो मेरे पास 22,000 में आओ। ऐसा नहीं होता है ना। इसमें क्या होगा, अगर 25,000 दे रहे हैं तो 25,000 के सामने मैं 24,000 में भी आना है तो मेरे को कॉस्ट लाना पड़ेगा।
ओके,
तो ग्रेजुअली लोग अंडरस्टैंड करने लगते हैं। जब हमने वापी चालू किया था, एग्जाम्पल, जब हमने वापी चालू किया था तभी लोग 40,000 रुपये पर कंटेनर का खर्चा कर रहे थे। राइट, जब तक हमारा एग्जिम वॉल्यूम चालू नहीं हुआ तब तक हम लोग भी 35,000 में कर रहे थे। लेकिन जब हमारा एग्जिम मिक्स बैलेंस हो गया, एक्सपोर्ट इम्पोर्ट दोनों साइड बैलेंस हो गया, तो वो सेल भी हम लोग 25,000 पे लेके आ गए। वो डिपेंड करेगा कि वॉल्यूम किस तरीके से बढ़ रहा है। अगर मेरा एग्जिम मिक्स ग्रेजुअली एक लेवल पे आ जाता है, दोनों 50-50 आ जाता है, तो मेरा एक कंटेनर जो एमटी लेने जाने का खर्चा था वो पूरा बच जाता है। राइट, वो मैं पूरा का पूरा पार्टी को पास ऑन करता हूँ।
ठीक है,
और इसी वजह से मेरा वापी का भी ऑपरेशन आप देखोगे ना सर, 2017 में मैंने वापी ऑपरेशन चालू किया था, 2021 में हम लोग जो 17 करोड़ रुपए का रेवेन्यू था, विच वॉज ऑलमोस्ट 450 करोड़ इन 3 ईयर्स।
राइट,
तो ये डिपेंड करेगा लोग उसको कैसे एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, क्योंकि वहाँ पे पोर्ट नजदीक है, कई सारे कॉम्पिटिटर्स अभी तक है नहीं। करेक्ट, लोग और भी सोच बना सकते हैं, तो हम लोग उसमें जाते नहीं हैं। हम लोग का पूर्ण फोकस रहता है एग्जिम वॉल्यूम को फिक्स करो, एक बार वॉल्यूम क्वांटिटी पे आ जाओ, फिर आगे क्या पास ऑन कर रहे हैं उस पर प्राइसिंग डिसाइड होती है। ये कम से कम 4 से 6 क्वार्टर का प्रोसेस है।
4 से 6 क्वार्टर।
वो एक बार सब सेट हो गया, फिर मेरे को सारा कॉस्टिंग समझ में आ गया, फिर मेरे को सारा पार्टी वाइज हमको समझ में आ गया क्या होता है। जैसे मैंने एग्जाम्पल अभी भी दिया था, अगर मान लो मेरा एक पूरा क्लाइंट है, आर्सेलर इज माई क्लाइंट फॉर स्टील। राइट, उसका पूरा उड़ना का काम हम ही कर रहे हैं। राइट, इनिशियली उन्होंने 100% वॉल्यूम मेरे को नहीं दिया था, महीने का करोड़ 2 करोड़ रुपये बिजनेस चालू किया। आज की तारीख में हम लोग 12-13 करोड़ का जो भी बिजनेस कर रहे हैं वो पूरा उनका ही कर रहे हैं।
ठीक है, नहीं मैं इसलिए पूछ रहा था क्योंकि बहुत डिसअपॉइंटिंग था। वी वर एक्सपेक्टिंग अ वेरी गुड रेवेन्यू फॉर दिस क्वार्टर स्पेशली बिकॉज हैविंग मोरबी स्टार्टेड, बट वी हैव बीन वेरी डिसअपॉइंटेड विद द रिजल्ट्स एंड ऑल्सो देयर इज नो केस ऑफ डिविडेंड मेंशन ऑल्सो. And I don't think you're planning in the near future also, because every time I ask you and always you say we'll first stabilize Morbi and then see what you can give for the retail shareholders. So I don't think any dividend or anything is on the cards also as of now.
This is always be on a card. Management was having a past thoughts also.
Now I don't think you have funds. You have only 40-50 crores in your bank. 90 crores in your bank, and at the same time you have 40 crores.
सुनिए ना सर, मेरे को शेयरहोल्डर्स का वैल्यू बनाना है ना, राइट? वो वैल्यू अगर मान लो कंपनी परफॉर्मेंस देती है, करेक्ट, कल को मान लो, अभी मैंने पहले भी कॉल पे बोला है कि मेरा अगर हमारा एक्चुअल जो मेरा एक टाइम पे पैट हुआ करता था, विच वॉज इन रेंज ऑफ ऑलमोस्ट 15 to 17% पैट की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, विच इज नाउ 6.5%, राइट? चीजें ठीक होती हैं, 10% अगर मेरा पैट हो जाता है, करेक्ट, और कल को अभी ऑलरेडी लोगों का कॉल है मेरे को, HNI बिग शेयर होल्डर्स, उनका कॉल है, दे जस्ट वांटेड टू अंडरस्टैंड द नंबर, क्योंकि अब उनको भी विजिबिलिटी आ रही है कि अब कॉस्टिंग कंपनी का फ्रीज हो गया है, यहाँ से अगर एक कंटेनर भी एक्स्ट्रा आता है तो कंपनी के लिए एडिशन होने वाला है, राइट? तो अगर मान लीजिए मेरा ये नंबर नेक्स्ट ईयर, इस साल जैसे मैंने 54 करोड़ का पैट बनाया, राइट, नेक्स्ट ईयर ये नंबर मेरा 60 करोड़ भी पहुंचता है, फॉर दैट इट्स 20% इंप्रूवमेंट, बिकॉज एबनॉर्मल मेरा सेल्स के प्रॉफिट के साथ में ये नंबर आ रहा है, करेक्ट? अगर ये नंबर ऑटोमेटिकली मार्केट को दिखने लगता है और कंपनी का लोड नहीं है, कंपनी में दूसरा कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, सिर्फ बिजनेस ही कंपनी को करना है, तो शेयरहोल्डर्स का वैल्यू ऑटोमेटिकली क्रिएट हो ही जाएगा। और दूसरा बात, डिविडेंड का जो है वो अभी भी कोई ऑप्शन मैनेजमेंट ने ऐसा सोचा नहीं है कि नहीं देना है। दे आर ऑल्सो हैविंग अ मन। एक बार क्या है सर, अब तो कितना टेंशन है ना मोरबी का, कि मोरबी जैसा हमने सोचा था, हमने भी वैसा ही सोचा था सर मोरबी का, कि हमने भी उससे बेस्ट सोचा था कि जो 2.5 करोड़ का रेवेन्यू है, माइट बी इन रेंज ऑफ 7 to 8 करोड़, वो धीरे धीरे जनरेट होने के बाद में भी टाइम लग रहा है। जबकि मेरे ऑपरेशनली ये क्वार्टर में हम लोग का ये था कि हम लोग 500 कंटेनर इम्पोर्ट का भी कर लेंगे, नॉट डन। तो ये चीज़ें 1-2 क्वार्टर डिफर होंगी। 1-2 क्वार्टर में जब हमको भी एक बार विजिबिलिटी आ जाएगा कि डोमेस्टिक फ्रंट पे क्या चल रहा है, एग्जिम फ्रंट पे क्या चल रहा है, सब कुछ चल रहा है, नया कोई कैपेक्स दिखेगा नहीं, नया कोई खर्चा करने की जरूरत लगेगी नहीं, करेक्ट। अभी कंपनी कैपेबल है हर चीज़ के लिए, हर क्वार्टर में प्रॉफिट ही ऐड करना है कंपनी को, खर्चा कुछ बढ़ाने का यहाँ पे अभी कोई ऑप्शन है नहीं। तो एक बार सब चीज़ें ठीक से आ जाएगी लाइन पे, तो वहाँ पे आपको भी विजिबिलिटी दिखने लगेगी, इन्वेस्टर मार्केट को भी विजिबिलिटी दिखने लगेगी कि हाँ आप कंपनी में यहाँ पे। तो सबसे बड़ा आज की तारीख में लोड किसी भी कंपनी में क्या होता है, डेट। जहाँ पे भी डेट दिखती है लोग डरते हैं।
नहीं, वो करेक्ट है सर, लेकिन थोड़ा बहुत रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स एंड खासकर इंस्टीट्यूशनल इन्वेस्टर्स आपकी कंपनी में है ही नहीं। आई हैव बीन अ वेरी पेशेंट इन्वेस्टर, आई होल्ड मोर देन 2 lakh shares of Navkar, but I have been very disappointed this time. That's why I wanted to.
You are trusting on us, and I really apologize. You are disappointed also, but एक चीज़ है सर, चीज़ें कंपनी ने अब तक जो भी डिसीजन किया, आप देखिए शुरू से जब से कंपनी ने लिस्ट किया है, 2015 में हमने लिस्ट किया, 2016 में डीपीडी आ गया, करेक्ट। 70% कंपनी का वॉल्यूम्स वर गेटिंग डाउन, फिर भी कंपनी ने सर्वाइव किया। उसके बाद वापी ऑपरेशन चालू किया, उसके बाद कंपनी ने वापी में अच्छा प्रॉफिट बनाया, वापी बीच के आज तारीख में कंपनी डेट फ्री हो गया है, मोरबी का ऑपरेशन कंपनी ने चालू कर दिया है। बॉम्बे आप देखो पिछले 4-5 साल से भले बॉम्बे में आपको बिजनेस बढ़ता हुआ नहीं दिखा होगा, लेकिन घटा भी नहीं है। ये है सर कि आज तक कंपनी के यहाँ पे स्टाफ टर्नओवर 0, मतलब अभी इतना वापी में जो लोग, वापी में अडानी को जितने लोग जाने चाहिए थे उतने जाने के बाद में भी कंपनी में बाकी जिन लोगों को रिटर्न करना चाहिए था, दे वर इनटू द मोरबी और बॉम्बे। तो दिस इज द कोर स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द कंपनी। I can only say that we are really hopeful for the Morbi as well as the Mumbai. Business will be in a positive side, numbers are in a improvement side. Profitability जैसे जैसे बढ़ेगा मार्केट में कंपनी के बारे में ऑटोमेटिकली वो रेस्पेक्ट बनेगा, शेयर होल्डर वैल्यू एक तो उस तरीके से बढ़ जाएगा, और दूसरा ऐसा भी नहीं है सर कि कंपनी सोच नहीं रहा है, सोच तो 2-3 क्वार्टर से यही चीज़ पे दिमाग लगा रहा है कि हाउ विल हैव टू बी क्रिएट वैल्यू फॉर शेयर होल्डर।
हाँ नहीं, हम लोग भी पेशेंटली 2 क्वार्टर से रिजल्ट देख ही रहे हैं सर। एंड आई वांट टू आस्क वन मोर थिंग, जो अदानी लॉजिस्टिक्स को आप बेचे थे, जो लास्ट वाला कुछ 50-60 करोड़ पेंडिंग था विद इन 1 year, सो दैट इज एक्सपेक्टेड इन द मंथ ऑफ अगस्त।
50 करोड़ पेंडिंग है, 25 करोड़ रुपया अक्टूबर में आएगा, मतलब अगस्त में हम लोग उनको रेज करेंगे, सितंबर-अक्टूबर में आना चाहिए। वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग इन सितंबर-अक्टूबर, और बाकी का 25 करोड़ का नेक्स्ट ईयर सितंबर-अक्टूबर में आएगा।
ऑलराइट
सर, एक चीज़ और हमने बताना है, वन मोर थिंग, वी आर प्रपोज्ड फॉर सब्सिडी फॉर मोरबी विच इज ऑलमोस्ट इन रेंज ऑफ 30 करोड़। तो उसके ऊपर भी हम लोगों का काम चालू है, वो सब्सिडी अगर आ गया तो वो भी कंपनी में ऐड ही होने वाला है।
ऑलराइट।
सो मोरबी में जो प्रॉफिट किया ना, उस पर देवर हैविंग रेलवे का सेपरेट और लॉजिस्टिक पार्क का सेपरेट, सो देवर हैविंग अ प्रोविजन फॉर सब्सिडी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया। सो वो भी हम लोगों ने प्रपोज किया है, वो भी हम लोग ट्राई कर रहे हैं। आई एम नॉट गिविंग यू फॉल्स होप्स टू यू ऑल, वी आर ट्राइंग आवर बेस्ट कि वो भी पैसा अगले 3 या 4 महीने में कंपनी को मिले।
नहीं, अच्छा है, कंपनी अच्छा चले तो हम लोग के लिए तो अच्छा ही है सर।
यस सर, यस सर।
चलिए, थैंक यू एंड ऑल द बेस्ट।
अच्छा ही चलेगा सर, यहाँ से कंपनी ऊपर ही जाने वाला है
सर। यही क्वार्टर लास्ट टाइम हम लोग सोचे थे कि दिसंबर क्वार्टर वुड बी द वर्स्ट एंड नाउ एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग टू बी द बेस्ट।
आप प्रैक्टिकली सोचो,
क्वार्टर वाज वेरी डिसअपॉइंटिंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ रेवेन्यू, हार्डली 3 crores ऑफ सेल्स।
सर वेट सुनिए, आपने जो बोला ना दिसंबर क्वार्टर से Q4, आप सिर्फ एब्सोल्यूट रेवेन्यू साइड पे मत जाइए, आप नीचे प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी पे भी आइए। मेरा Q3 का प्रॉफिट 12 करोड़ एबिटा लेवल में था, जो 18 करोड़ हो गया है। आप जंप देखिए 5%, मतलब अगर 12% से 17% का मतलब कितना हो सकता है? 50% का जंप है। आप टोटल नंबर पे आप मत जाइए। अगर ये ग्रेजुअली नंबर बढ़कर अगर 17% भी रहता है और यहाँ पे 103 का जो रेवेन्यू है, अगर वो 110 भी हो जाता है ना, तो दैट 17 करोड़ itself will be around 22 करोड़,
राइट,
है ना? यू विल हैव टू बी गो विद द एब्सोल्यूट नंबर्स। ये मत देखिए कि ऊपर रेवेन्यू 99 का 1031, नीचे प्रॉफिट भी देखिए। मतलब मेरा रेवेन्यू सिर्फ 4 करोड़ बढ़ा है, प्रॉफिट
December was one time cost. Lot of finance costs were from discontinued operations. You had some employee costs, you had one time finance costs, you had loan prepayment costs. So all those were one time costs which went in December quarter.
मार्च में भी है ना सर, मार्च में मेरा आप देखिए इंटरेस्ट कॉस्ट है 3.66 करोड़।
Yes, 3.6 I agree कि वो भी आपका one time cost है, but I hope in next quarter we are not having any cost from discontinued operation. Am I clear on that or will there be some cost?
सर अभी मेरा डिस्कंटिन्यू ऑपरेशंस में लास्ट क्वार्टर में आपने देखा होगा मेरा
3.66 करोड़ आपका इंटरेस्ट कुछ लगा हुआ है सर।
इसके अलावा अडानी ने भी मेरे को 4 करोड़ 30 लाख रुपया कम दिया है, वो आपने देखा मेरा? अगर आप देखेंगे पॉइंट नंबर 8
टोटल रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन 4 करोड़ 30 लाख ब्रैकेट में है आपका, क्वार्टर एंडेड March 31।
अडानी ने कम दिया है मालूम है सर? मेरा 835 करोड़ जिसका टोटल डील था, 4 करोड़ 30 लाख रुपया अडानी ने काटा। एज इज बेसिस पे जो हमने एसेट उनको दी थी, उसमें हमने वैल्यू करी थी सर्टेन एसेट की, राइट? जैसे रीच ट्रेकर हो गया और कोई छोटे मोटे व्हीकल्स थे, तो उन्होंने उसको जब हमने WDV के हिसाब से लिया था और उसके बाद में उन्होंने रीअसेस किया, तो उसकी वैल्यू उनको बहुत हमारे नंबर से बहुत कम लगी, उनके लिए वो स्क्रैप थी। तो वो 4.3 करोड़ भी मेरे को कम आया, विच इज एडजस्टेड इन दिस प्रॉफिट।
ओके,
अगर आप एक्चुअल नंबर देखो ऑपरेटिंग लेवल पे, विच इज मोर हायर देन दिस नंबर।
I understood this is an extraordinary item, लेकिन I hope from तो इस क्वार्टर में भुगता दिए, तो from next quarter we should see a neat and clean balance sheet, just revenue from operations and
yes sir, sir it might take couple of quarters because अभी भी मेरा अडानी का पैसा आना बाकी है 1 करोड़ रुपए, जो मेरा डेटर्स वगैरह
तो आपका फिर वापस एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी में जाएगा वापस।
हाँ वही, मतलब इट माइट ये 10 करोड़, जैसे इस क्वार्टर में 6 करोड़ या 7 करोड़ का हिट है, तो अगले क्वार्टर में 6-7 करोड़ का हिट नहीं होगा, हो सकता है 25-50 लाख का हिट। सो आई एम नॉट श्योर टुडे कि मतलब अडानी का एकदम क्लीन हो गया ऐसा, वो डिपेंड करेगा क्योंकि मेरा पैसा आना बाकी है अभी तक उनसे।
राइट, ठीक है महेश जी,
ये मान सकते हैं सर कि ईयर एंड पे अगर ये बैलेंस शीट आप देखेंगे कंपेयर टू लास्ट क्वार्टर ना, इट विल बी प्योर एंड क्लीन बैलेंस शीट मोरबी एंड बॉम्बे।
राइट,
इसके अलावा नया कोई भी बिजनेस ऑपरेशन हम करेंगे वो नया ऐड ही होने वाला है।
ओके,
Thank you. We take a next question from the line of Mandeep Thakur from an investor. Please go ahead. Please go ahead, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please go ahead. Sir, please go and ask your question. Please use the handset, Mr. Thakur.
सर मेरा एक सीधा सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, हमारा जो प्रॉफिट है इस साल ये क्वार्टर में बहुत कम आया हुआ है, पीछे थोड़ा कैलकुलेट मतलब 4 करोड़ अदानी का है, साथ में कितना आना चाहिए था और कितना हुआ है, तो उस पर थोड़ा कलर डालेंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा। और बायबैक का कोई प्लान है कि और बैलेंस में
सर आप प्रॉपर क्लियर नहीं आ रही है।
जस्ट मोमेंट हाँ जी सर, अभी सुनाई दे रहा है सर? हेलो,
बोलिए ना।
हाँ सर, मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है कि हमारा जो प्रॉफिट क्वार्टर में कम आया है उसके वो कितना आना चाहिए था और उसमें अदानी का कितना 4 करोड़ का आया है और दूसरा लॉस क्या आया है, तो टोटल 18 करोड़ का प्रॉफिट आना चाहिए था। आप ऐसा कुछ समझ में मेरे को आ रहा है, उसमें अदानी वाला 4 करोड़ प्लेस हो रहा है और दूसरा 3 करोड़ कुछ हो रहा है, तो मतलब उस पर थोड़ा ब्रेकअप डालेंगे सर प्रॉफिट में?
ऊपर देख लीजिए, मेरा लिमिटेड व्यू देखेंगे ना तो यू हैव सीन दैट नंबर 9.96 करोड़, करेक्ट? वो मेरा पैट है एक्चुअली। उसमें आप नीचे ये जो मेरा 4 करोड़ 30 लाख है, उसमें से डेप्रिसिएशन माइनस कर देंगे तो 3 करोड़ का हिट आया, तो टोटल मेरा प्रॉफिट हो गया 6.64 करोड़। तो ये 4 करोड़ 30 में से 1 करोड़ मेरा टैक्स भी जाएगा, करेक्ट? तो वो टैक्स जाने के बाद 3 करोड़ 30 लाख रुपया कम हो गया, सिंपल। तो दिस इज एक्चुअल प्रॉफिट।
और सर हमारा बैंक में कितना बैलेंस है और बायबैक का क्या प्लान है? क्योंकि आपने बोला था बायबैक करेंगे, तो ये बुक वैल्यू से बहुत, हमारा बुक वैल्यू क्या है अभी शेयर का, और बुक वैल्यू से सर 0.35% जैसे चल रहा है मेरे हिसाब से शायद। उसके बारे में कुछ बताएंगे सर बुक वैल्यू के हिसाब से?
सर देखो, बेसिकली देयर इज नो बायबैक प्लान येट। बायबैक करने का अभी तक कोई प्लान कंपनी ने डिसाइड नहीं किया है, क्योंकि बायबैक करने से कुछ मेजर फायदा नहीं होने वाला है। कंपनी का पूरा फोकस बिजनेस बढ़ाने में है, कंपनी का पूरा फोकस मूर्ति है, कंपनी का पूरा फोकस बॉम्बे है, डोमेस्टिक ऑपरेशन पे, और पूरा मैं ऑलरेडी ब्रीफ इस पे भी दिया है। अगर ऐसा कोई भी आएगा कि बायबैक करने का कोई प्लान है या ऐसा कुछ भी है, यू आर राइट कि मेरा बुक वैल्यू से 35% का वैल्यू रह गया है, राइट? बट ये नंबर जब अपने आप ग्रेजुअली बढ़ेंगे तो बुक वैल्यू विल बी ऑन सेम मीनिंग से। और मार्केट ऐसी चीज़ है सर, वंस यू विल बी कमिंग अप विद योर रियल नंबर्स एंड एक्चुअल ग्रोथ, देन ऑटोमेटिकली गिव द वैल्यू। इंडस्ट्री में भी आप देखिए कितना पेन रहा है सर, पिछले 4-5 साल में इंडस्ट्री में कंटिन्यूसली पेन रहा है, कोविड आया तो भी सब चीज़ देखिए आप।
सर हमारे अकाउंट में अभी कितना बैलेंस पड़ा है वो बता सकते हैं कुछ?
8 करोड़ के लगभग एफडी पड़ा है सर।
कितना?
8 करोड़ 8 करोड़
8 करोड़। सर लास्ट क्वार्टर में कुछ बात हुआ था 173 करोड़ का कुछ बैंक बैलेंस था, ऐसा कुछ?
नहीं सर, इतना नहीं था। लास्ट क्वार्टर में 140-150 के लगभग था। उसमें से मेरा जो मोरबी का ट्रेन स्पेशल कंटेनर, उसका सबका पहले से ये जितना भी नया कैपेक्स आएगा वो हम लोग इसमें से ही लेंगे, नया लोन नहीं लेंगे, वही किया है सर।
तो 110 करोड़ आपने कैपेक्स में इन्वेस्ट किया क्या सर?
हाँ सर, टोटल मेरा मोरबी कैपेक्स अभी तक टिल टुडे 360 करोड़ हो गया है।
नहीं वो तो बराबर है सर, लेकिन लास्ट क्वार्टर टू इस क्वार्टर तक आपने 110 करोड़ बैंक से आपने इन्वेस्ट किया है, राइट सर, कैपेक्स के लिए?
यस सर,
राइट सर। और हमारा बुक वैल्यू आज की तारीख में क्या हो सकता है सर पर शेयर?
क्या बोल रहे हैं आप?
शेयर का बुक वैल्यू क्या निकाल सकते हैं सर?
मेरे हिसाब से आज की तारीख में बुक वैल्यू पे फोकस नहीं करना चाहिए हमको। आज की तारीख में हमको ये फोकस करना चाहिए कि हम आगे कहाँ जाने वाले हैं।
नहीं वो तो बराबर है, लेकिन हमें रिटेल इन्वेस्टर को समझने के लिए कि ये बुक वैल्यू ये शेयर का है और ये भाव चल रहा है, तो हमें और कितना इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए वो दिमाग लगाने के लिए सर।
सर अभी मैंने आईपीओ लाया था 155 पे, और ऊपर में मेरा वैल्यू हमने क्यूआईपी लाया था 183 पे, तो फॉर मी तो 200 रुपया कम से कम होना चाहिए कंपनी का भाव।
नहीं वो भाव होना चाहिए वो अलग बात है, लेकिन हमारा एसेट और बिजनेस के हिसाब, एसेट के हिसाब से कितना, मतलब हमारा जो एसेट है ना उसका वैल्यू आज में है सर, वो करना है बस।
125 रुपये के आसपास होगा सर।
25 रुपये के आसपास। ठीक है सर, धन्यवाद धन्यवाद धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of the question and answer session, and I now hand the conference over to the management for closing comments. Over to you, sir.
So thank you so much to Concall and entire investing community. And we are into the positive side, and company is doing performance side. We are going to positive again for Modi as well as Bombay. Is there anything for buyback side, dividend side? We will let you know to the market as and when company will decide. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Phillip Capital India Private Limited, that concludes this conference call. Thank you for joining with us. You may now disconnect.